The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. We give you some updates 3 days ahead of the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia says he will visit Abra to personally check the situation there. That's after hundreds of candidates withdrew from the race while several teachers backed out of their election duties. There have also been reports of election-related violence incidents in the province. In General Luna, Quezon, one candidate for barangay chairman was gunned down by still unidentified assailants. According to police, Ruben Ilagan, incumbent village councilor of Barangay Malaya, was on his way home when he was murdered. COMELEC, however, has yet to determine whether the killing is election-related. And the Legal Network for Truthful Elections, or LENTE, and the Teachers Dignity Coalition will activate their election monitoring hotline. That's starting October 29 at 12 noon until 6 p.m. on October 30. The hotline aims to relay the concerns of on-duty teachers directly to the command center of COMELEC in Intramuros. Since 2010, the two groups have been activating the hotline. The Interior Department clarifies that Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan officials do not have salaries and only receive honorarium. DILG Director for National Barangay Operations Office, Dennis Villaseñor, told Radio 5 that the average monthly allowance of barangay captains and councilors in the Philippines are 7,900 pesos and 5,900 pesos. These depend on the budgets of each barangay. For example, barangay captains in the NCR receive 12,700 while councilors get 8,900 pesos per month, while their counterparts in provinces receive far less. Aside from the honorarium, there are village officials and workers enjoying additional benefits. These include scholarships for their children, health insurance, and Christmas bonuses.
Ang pag-determine po ng honorarium ng ating mga barangay officials kasama yung ating SK ay depende sa budget ng bawat barangay. Kung kaya magkakaiba talaga ang honorarium. Ang pinakasiling lang po na kondisyon ay dapat huwag lalagpas sa 55% ng total budget mo yung iyong pampasweldo.
Meantime, the Health Department and the Philippine Red Cross have some reminders for the long weekend. The DOH tells BSKE voters to wear masks if they are experiencing flu-like symptoms on Monday. Even those without symptoms, especially the immunocompromised, are advised to mask up. On the other hand, the Red Cross is encouraging the public to guard against drowning, robbery, and fires.
Hindi naman mandatory ang masking, but if they have symptoms, especially respiratory in nature, it would be good na sila ay mag-mask para it's not just protection sa sarili nila, kundi sa mga nakakahalubilo, especially dun sa mga voting precincts. Let us be responsible.
More stories coming your way after a quick break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Here are some stories making headlines at this hour. Former Chinese Premier Li Keqiang has died at the age of 68. Chinese state media reported that the former official suffered a heart attack yesterday. Efforts to revive him proved futile as Li passed away in Shanghai early this morning. Since 2013, the former Chinese premier and head of China's cabinet served under President Xi Jinping, retiring only this March. The Transportation Department said there are no China-funded infrastructure projects in the pipeline at the moment. The Philippine government dropped its loan request from China for the funding of 3 railway projects. These are the South Long Haul, Subic-Clark, and the Mindanao Railway. The DOTR added there's been no response on the loan requests anyway. The Land Transportation Office cannot get some 3 million driver's license cards from its supplier for now. This comes after a court handed down a writ of preliminary injunction on the transactions of the LTO and its current supplier, Banner Plastic Cards. At the moment, the LTO still has 2 million plastic cards, which would be enough until the end of the year. In sports, the Creamline Cool Smashers sit atop the standings early on in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Here's the story.
Ball is kept alive. Chance for Creamline. Banaga gets that point and the crowd.
The Creamline Cool Smashers entered their matchup with the Jerflor Defenders as one of 2 remaining undefeated teams in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. The team maintained its top form early on in the conference, sweeping the Defenders in the process. Creamline didn't endure much fight back from the rookie squad and displayed dominance against Jerflor. Final 25-15, 25-12, and 25-10. Michelle Gumaba once again led the attack from the defending champions, tallying 12 points as the lone double-digit scorer of the game. None from the Jerflor side scored more than 5. The defenders' nickname was more apt on Creamline for this game as they tallied 11 blocks to Jerflor's 1. With this, the Cool Smashers got solo lead in the standings after winning all their 3 games so far. Jerflor, on the other hand, dropped to 0-3.
Teamwork is the most important thing, and we just have to follow the system of our coach or of our team, just stick with our culture. And of course, we offer this also to our teammates who aren't here and to everybody who believes and supports us.
They go back to the pin, and that is definitely checked.
In the next game, the Akari Chargers took 4 sets to beat a surprisingly tough Farm Fresh Foxy side. Akari lost the first set but somehow got recharged in the ensuing play as they won the next 3 frames. Final 21-25, 26-24, 25-15, and 25-21. Dindin Manabat once again was at the front lines for Akari with 22 points while Faith Nisperos chipped in 15. Akari rose to 3 wins and 1 loss this conference, marking the franchise's best start. This is also the first time that the team had a winning streak. The Foxies continued to struggle, dropping to an 0-4 hole.
Wow.
In the last game, the Chocomucho Flying Titans also cruised to victory over the Signal HD Spikers. The Titans feasted on Signal's defense in a game that took 32 minutes to finish. The team was unfazed despite losing key cogs Des Cheng to a non-contact injury in the second set. Final score 25-21, 25-19, and 25-18. High-flying spiker Cherry Rondina put up 18 points to lead everyone in scoring. 3 other players scored in double digits for Chocomucho. This is also the squad's second straight win after losing on opening day. Signal, meanwhile, is yet to get back to the win column after their conference opening triumph. The PVL travels to Condon, Ilocos Sur for a doubleheader on Saturday, October 28. First to play are the Galleries Towers High Risers and F2 Logistics Cargo Movers at 4 p.m., followed by the Next Led Chameleons and the Petrogas Angels at 6 p.m. Catch those games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. Fans of the Beatles are twisting and shouting in joy as the legendary rock group releases a new song on November 2. Called Now and Then, the song features the voice of the late John Lennon, which was developed using artificial intelligence. The song is the Beatles' last and also has voices of the late George Harrison and surviving members of Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. Now and Then dates back to the late 1970s when Lennon recorded a home demo in New York City. Technological limitations meant Lennon's vocals couldn't be separated to produce a clearer mix of the song, thus enlisting the help of AI. One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. with the day's latest stories. See you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.